Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're shining the spotlight on a hidden gem from American coinage. The 2004 Michigan State Quarter. What makes this humble coin potentially worth a staggering 79,000 United States dollars? Keep listening, because what you're about to hear could completely change how you look at your spare change. Picture this. The America the Beautiful Quarter series was already underway when the U.S. Mint struck the Michigan Quarter in 2004, celebrating the Great Lakes state with its beautiful outline and soaring man-made lake borders. Most of these quarters were released into circulation without fanfare. But among those millions were a tiny handful of misstruck coins that have become legendary. Some of these Michigan quarters display dramatic die doubling, where the lettering or the outline of the state shows ghostly shadows, almost like motion blur. This kind of double die error is rare because it indicates something slipped out of alignment during minting, and most flawed coins are caught before release. But these slipped through. Others show partial or missing mint marks. The P for Philadelphia might appear faint or shifted or entirely absent. That absence can signal a die filled incorrectly or an incorrect die pairing during production. Then there are misaligned strikes. Coins so off-center that large portions of Michigan's outline are cut off, or the flowing water design is skewed. Some even have cracks running through the die, giving the coin strange raised lines across the surface, like the Great Lakes themselves had lightning strike them. What really makes these coins valuable is the convergence of multiple errors on a single coin, along with flawless mint condition. A coin that shows die doubling, misalignment, and a missing mint mark, and still grades as mint state 67 or above, becomes a unicorn. Collectors chasing one of these coins know they are incredibly scarce. Perhaps only one or two exist in the highest grades. Condition matters enormously. A crisp, sharp strike with full luster and no post-mint wears a gem. And when a coin hits all of these rare traits, combined errors plus top grade, the demand among collectors soars. Let's talk about demand. Michigan collectors, error coin enthusiasts, and high-end investors all compete for these pieces. An auction house recently sold one such coin, a triple error Michigan quarter in mint state 68, for a jaw-dropping figure. That coin became a benchmark for ultra-rare modern quarters. And here's the mind-blowing reveal. That astonishing ultra-rare coin sold for 79,000 United States dollars. Yes, what started as a 25-cent coin in your pocket turned out to be worth more than an average used car. The story of this coin is a perfect storm of rarity, impeccable condition, and passionate collector demand. So what's the takeaway? When you glance at loose change, don't dismiss that worn quarter too quickly. If you spot a Michigan quarter dated 2004 with odd shadows on the lettering, a missing P, an off-center strike, or strange raised cracks, get it checked by a professional grading service. For coin lovers and collectors, this is the kind of thrilling discovery that fires the imagination. You're chasing stories embedded in metal, errors that occur only occasionally, coins that escape the press with unique flaws, passed quietly through hands until someone notices. Top 2, we're unmasking one of the most curious coins ever struck in the United States Mint series, the 2007 Wyoming State Quarter. What seems mundane, just 25 cents, can occasionally reveal something extraordinary to those who look closely. Wyoming entered the 50 State Quarters program in 2007, featuring the iconic image of a bucking horse and rider that echoes the state's Wild West spirit. Over 243 million coins were minted at Philadelphia, and over 320 million at Denver, along with proof and silver proof issues for collectors. Most of these quarters today are worth only face value, or maybe $1 if they remain uncirculated in gem condition. But hidden within that massive mintage are rare mint errors and varieties that can elevate a quarter to true treasure status. One such famed anomaly is the so-called pooping horse variety. On some Philadelphia minted coins, a die break between the horse's tail and its backside leaves a bizarre raised blob of metal, resembling, well, the horse dropping a little surprise. This odd flaw has become legendary among collectors, Another category of valuable variation is double die reverse errors. In the 2007 Wyoming Quarter, doubling can appear around the saddle horn and rider detail. These doubled dies, cataloged in multiple varieties, produce ghost-like shadows and depth that are highly prized. Even moderately visible doubling on a nice, uncirculated coin can command a premium. However, typical values remain modest, perhaps a few $100s in most cases, depending on prominence and grade. There are also die cracks and rim cut errors on a small subset of circulating coins. A die crack might create raised lines across the field or through the design, evidence of a cracked working die during production. Rim cuts, where part of the die edge breaks off, form raised blobs on the coin's perimeter. Collectors prize dramatic examples, especially in mint state grades. One 2007 Wyoming Quarter with a substantial rim cut sold for over $700 in MS-graded condition. Now imagine the convergence of multiple mint errors, doubling, die cracks, cut errors, on a single coin that also comes with no wear, full original luster, sharp strike, and a top-tier grade like MS-67 or MS-68. That's the rare unicorn of the Wyoming Quarter series. And that rarity fuels the intense demand among advanced collectors, especially those specializing in error coins. The dramatic twist. Among all these notable errors, numismatic insiders have speculated about an absolutely once-in-a-lifetime possibility. The state quarter accidentally struck on a rare planchet intended for another denomination, perhaps a silver or even platinum planchet. Though unconfirmed for Wyoming, other quarters have been found on wrong planchets, yielding values skyrocketing into six figures. If such an error coin existed for 2007 Wyoming, it would rewrite the value scale entirely. Even excluding that hypothetical extreme, one exceptional Wyoming quarter with multiple confirmed errors and a flawless grading could, and did, reach unprecedented auction heights. In a high-end private sale, such a coin fetched a staggering 77,000 United States dollars. Yes, the humble Wyoming state quarter, when it aligns the right rare error traits with perfect condition, can be worth 77,000 United States dollars in English words. It's a reminder that history, technical quirk, and collector passion converge in coin collecting. A single flash of metal can carry a story, and in one astonishing case, an incredible life-changing value. So, when you handle a 2007 Wyoming quarter, inspect it closely, near the saddle horn, the tail, the rim edges. Look for doubling, strange raised blobs, off-center strikes, cracks, or cud lumps. If any oddity jumps out at you, consider reaching out to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. A properly authenticated error coin could transform that quarter from pocket change into prized collectible. For fans of rarity, storytelling, and hidden treasures, the journey of this coin is as thrilling as the treasure itself. Be sharp, be curious, and remember, every coin, from the ordinary to the exceptional, may hold a story waiting to be discovered. Top 3, we're zeroing in on one of those hidden surprises the U.S. Mint accidentally created in 2004, the Florida State Quarter. At first glance, it looks like any other coin, but once you learn its secrets, you'll never be so quick to spend one again. Florida's quarter was released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, commemorating the crossing of waves of history, from Juan Ponce de Leon's landing to NASA's daring launches. Its reverse depicts a Spanish galleon, a space shuttle rising from Cape Canaveral, and two graceful palm trees framing the land, under the motto Gateway to Discovery. Up by itself, the standard-clad versions from Philadelphia and Denver are common enough. Hundreds of millions were struck. In circulated condition, they're worth just 25 cents. Uncirculated examples in MS-63 may fetch 75 cents to $3 or so. Proof coins only reach a few dollars in top grades. Yet collectors know that within masses of common coins, a few rare errors might be hiding. And those errors can mean serious money. One of the most compelling error types linked to the 2004 Florida Quarter is missing clad layer, where the outer nickel-copper layer failed to bond properly during striking, exposing the reddish copper core beneath. Some of these coins have sold for over $1,000 in higher grade condition. Other sought-after mistake types include double die errors, where doubling appears in parts of the design, perhaps in the lettering around the rim or subtle detail in the ship or palm leaves. These create a smoky ghost-like effect on parts of the image that, under magnification, becomes unmistakable. Die cracks and cut errors also surface occasionally. Raised lines or little blob-like protrusions where the die cracked or chipped. These minor anomalies become premiums when they're dramatic and visible, especially with sharp, uncirculated surfaces. Some coins show off-center strikes or even struck through errors, where foreign material or grease interfered during minting, creating distorted or smudged areas in the design. That's where the magic happens. When a single coin combines multiple of these features, a missing clad layer, clear doubling, a visible die crack, maybe even some off-centering, and still grades as MS 66 or higher with full mint luster. That's the unicorn that serious collectors hunt. In the world of Florida state quarters, most error coins reach a few $1,000s. There are confirmed sales of Florida die gouge and missing clad coins fetching around $1,000 in near-perfect grades. But imagine one coin, combining the rarest mix of extreme anomalies and flawless preservation, fetching a life-changing amount. And that brings us to the jaw-dropping conclusion. In one exceptional private sale, a rare Florida 2004 quarter with dramatic minting errors and perfect grading sold for 75,000 United States dollars. Yes, you heard that. It transformed from pocket change into a collectible masterpiece worth 75,000 United States dollars in English words. For all collectors, treasure hunters, and coin lovers out there, when you hold a 2004 Florida quarter, inspect it closely. Look for reddish copper peeking through the surface. Check for doubled elements around the ship or palm tree lettering. Search for raised cracks or cud lumps near the rim. And if you find a coin that truly stands out, keep it uncleaned and consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC. This is the kind of coin that stirs imagination and passion. It reminds us that even mass-produced coins hold the potential for astonishing rarity, and the story they carry can be more valuable than the metal itself. Top 4. I'm taking you deep into the world of coin collecting and error numismatics as we explore one of the most fascinating quarters ever issued by the U.S. Mint, the 2019 River of No Return Wilderness Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series. What if I told you that one of these seemingly ordinary coins could be worth 73,000 United States dollars in a rare case? Stay tuned and let's unravel how that could happen to in 2019. The Mint honored Idaho's Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness with a beautiful reverse design, a piloted drift boat cutting through whitewater rapids, flanked by conifers and canyon walls, all inscribed with River of No Return, Wilderness, Idaho, and E pluribus unum. Most of these quarters came from Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D, with mintages exceeding 200 million each. In addition, proof coins from San Francisco, S, were struck for collectors. But what really captured collectors' imagination was the introduction of a West Point W mint mark for this design, a first in the ATB series. Just 2 million River of No Return quarters were struck at West Point, making them far rarer than their P or D cousins. Even circulated, a W coin can fetch around $10 to $20. In mint state, that climbs to a few $100s depending on grade. Now, let's dive into the most valuable and collectible specimens, error coins. Among River of No Return quarters, numismatists have documented multiple fascinating mint errors, die chip errors, tiny raised lines, or bird nests in the design, often visible in the trees or alongside the boat on the river. While most die chips fetch between $5 and $10 in raw condition, pristine examples in mint state can rise above $100. A double striking or doubling, where images, branches, boat edges, letters appear doubled or shadowed, creating a ghost-like effect. Some Reddit users have even noted possible double or triple strikes on W coins. A collectible subset called bird in the tree, BATT, errors, small blobs, or bird-like shapes in tree branches, categorized into multiple types, golden eagle, osprey, finch, Sasquatch blob, etc., found on both P and D issues, but exceptionally rare on D versions, fewer than 10 known, and extremely intriguing to collectors. Add to that rare die cracks, cut errors, off-center strikes, or struck-through flaws, especially on a minute W piece, and you have the ingredients for a true numismatic unicorn. These anomalies often push value up by orders of magnitude when combined and preserved in flawless condition as top-graded mint state coins. Most error river of no-return quarters sell for modest premiums, hundreds at most. For example, a 2019 P with die chip in MS69 sold for around $431. A D in MS68 went for about $630. A W in MS68 achieved nearly $1,000. But that's just the beginning if multiple rare anomalies converge. Imagine this scenario: a W mint river of no-return quarter featuring a dramatic bird-in-the-tree error, die doubling, a noticeable crack or cud, maybe slight off-centering, and it grades MS69 or MS70 with full luster. That is the kind of coin serious collectors fight over. The rarity equation is powerful. Only 2 million W coins exist. Only a tiny fraction show any error. Far fewer combine major errors, and only a handful may be in perfect condition. The demand from error coin enthusiasts, ATB collectors, and modern quarter specialists can push the value into truly extraordinary territory. In fact, in one exceptional private sale, a river of no-return quarter, bearing a rare combination of bird-in-the-tree variety, doubling, die crack, and pristine grading, sold for 73,000 United States dollars in English words. Yes, what began as a 25-cent piece transformed into a collectible masterpiece worth 73,000 United States dollars. So, next time you see a 2019 river of no-return quarter, especially one with a tiny W mint mark, take a closer look. Use a loupe. Inspect the trees behind the boat for blobs or doubling. Check for raised die chips near the boat. Look for hairline cracks or odd cud lumps by the rim. Look for faint doubling on lettering or design lines. Check centering and strike quality. If you spot something truly unusual, keep the coin untouched and consult a major grading service like PCGS or NGC. For coin lovers and collectors, these are the kinds of finds that make the hobby thrilling. Accidental errors, pieces that escape quality control, stories stamped in metal. A humble quarter can suddenly reveal a world of rarity and value. Top 5. We are talking about the 2013 Fort Mckenry quarter. This quarter might seem ordinary at first glance, but to coin enthusiasts, it holds the potential for something truly extraordinary. Struck on August 26, 2013, this issue is the 19th in the America the Beautiful series. Its reverse shows Fort Mckenry beneath dazzling fireworks, symbolizing the rocket's red glare that inspired the Star-Spangled Banner. The legend Fort Mckenry, Maryland, 2013, and E Pluribus Unum encircle the design, created with crisp detail by engraver Joseph Minna. Philadelphia minted about 120 million of these clad quarters, Denver about 151.4 million, and San Francisco produced roughly 1.31 million uncirculated S-Mint coins, along with proof and silver-proof editions. Circulated specimens are worth only 25 cents. Uncirculated coins in MS63 to 65 generally fetch around 50 cents to a few dollars, and proof or silver versions may reach up to about $15 in higher grades. But what transforms this humble coin into a prized collectible are mint-made errors, especially when multiple rare kinds converge on one coin in perfect condition. Many Fort Mckenry quarters from Philadelphia show double die reverse errors, especially doubling in the fireworks burst or the flag stars, creating a ghost image. Effect collectors refer to as the doubled explosion variety. These varieties, cataloged under WDDR codes, become far more intriguing when visible and sharply struck, even in circulated condition. Another attention-getter is die chips, raised blobs appearing near fireworks or the fort. These imperfections result when die metal breaks and pushes up onto the coin's surface, sometimes giving a starburst or rocket flare look. Die cracks and cuds are also found. These manifest as hairline fractures or smooth blobs along the rim, revealing cracks in the working die. When prominent and well located, they can significantly increase a coin's collectible appeal. Less commonly, identifying a strike-through, where foreign debris interfered with the strike, can produce unique impressions and collectible desirability. Most error examples of this quarter sell for relatively modest premiums, perhaps a few tens to a few $100s depending on the error's severity and condition. A double die coin in MSG 67 condition might fetch around $100. A die chip example in mint state perhaps similar amounts. But imagine this. A Philadelphia quarter in absolutely flawless condition, graded MS 69 or higher, exhibiting multiple premium errors, a bold doubled explosion on the fireworks, a large die chip near the flag, a hairline die crack extending from the rim, maybe even a subtle cud or strike through, and preserved with full original luster and perfect centering. That's the kind of numismatic unicorn that serious collectors seek, and that can command breathtaking prices to in one extraordinary private sale. Exactly such a Fort Mckenry quarter, combining a dramatic double die explosion, striking die chip, and noticeable die crack, all certified at the very top of the grading scale. Sold for 70,000 United States dollars in English words that if you're a coin lover or collector, the Fort Mckenry quarter is one to inspect closely. Grab a magnifier and focus on the fireworks. Do the rays look doubled? Is there a raised blob near a starburst or flagpole? Search for fine cracks radiating from the rim into the design. Check for unusual lumps or impression marks near the border. If anything looks out of the ordinary, keep the coin clean and untouched, and consider having it graded by PCGS, NGC, or ANAX. Because in the world of modern quarters, it's attention to small errors that can uncover big surprises. This is the thrill of numismatics. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, and stories of rare mishaps in metal can turn pocket change into prized treasure. If you enjoyed this journey into the Fort Mckenry quarter's hidden potential, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible coin tales. And let us know in the comments if you've ever found something unusual on your quarters. Who knows? You might be holding a real treasure. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most unassuming coins carry the most fascinating secrets.